Hey, I was coaching a student yesterday and I thought she came to a great conclusion that I wanted to share with you. She'd done a couple of takes of videos for her business, and ultimately at the end she's like, you know what? Just keep it simple. That's my lesson from doing this. And I think that that is an important takeaway for anybody who's looking to either get buy-in from stakeholders that you're speaking to, or if you're looking to influence an audience or potential clients, right? If you're doing a video for your business. So here are my 4 tips today on being a better public speaker. Number 1, really limit your talk to one idea. Bring me laser focused into like one space or one moment in time when you learn something. I'll give you an example. The CEO of Box.com, Che Huang, he's a good friend, and he spoke at Lady Drinks earlier this year. And I listened to his TED Talk to formulate the questions for the interview that I was going to conduct with him. And in his TED Talk, he could have talked about a myriad of things in building his company out of his garage and eventually making it a $600 million valuation concern. There are so many moving parts to business, right? But the one thing that he talked about in his video was about micromanaging. And when you become someone who heads up teams, you've got to learn the art of letting go. And that was the one thing that he talked about in the entire scope of things that he could talk about in having a successful business. So number 1 is to make sure you limit your talk to one simple idea. Number 2, make sure you give your audience reason to care about whatever it is that you're talking about. Like, why does the concept that you're presenting even need explaining? What's my takeaway from it? The third thing is to build your idea by sharing familiar concepts. So someone said to me yesterday, gosh, you're such a great public speaker. It's so effortless for you. I knew that this person is a cook. And so I said, well, let's reverse the roles for a second here. If I was standing in your shoes and I had to cook something, I mean, I'm a terrible cook. I don't cook anything. I would have to get a recipe, I'd have to measure everything out, I'd have to follow everything step by step. And there's still the potential at the end that the food I made was total crap, right? But I bet if I did it over and over and over again, eventually there's the potential that I would start to get really good at making that one dish. But I chose the analogy of cooking because I knew that that was the space that this person occupied. So the takeaway here is, what can you do? How can you share or explain a complicated concept by sharing it in familiar terms to the audience that you're speaking to? The final tip that I want to offer here is, who does this idea benefit? If this person's doing a video, or if you're doing a video for your business, you know who your target audience is. You know who your intended audience is. So you got to really think about your messaging when you are putting together a talk or a short video, and really critically think about, who does this idea benefit? Hey, I'm hosting my next public speaking masterclass coming up late October, and you can join that cohort. This cohort is sold out, but you can join that cohort, and I'd love to have you. We're going to learn how to speak with confidence and command a room. Just hit me up at info@ladydrinks.com, and I'll share all the details.